which is me, of course. And today's video is going to be about how I deal with my anxiety and how I came about figuring out that I had it. I kind of like always knew or figured that I had it, especially because my mom had it and me and her were kind of experiencing the same symptoms. And at one point it just seemed as though it had gotten like extremely bad, and I was just like, okay, Fatima, you need to go seek help, or you need to go see someone that can explain what's going on so you can have a better understanding and then figure out how you're going to deal with it. So I scheduled an appointment and ended up going to the doctor, which was last spring, I want to say, last semester. And they diagnosed me with mild depression and anxiety. And they tried to suggest medication and things of the nature, and I was just like, no, like, I'm going to find ways to deal with this without that. I didn't feel I needed it. I feel like I could handle it on my own without feeling like something was wrong with me, because nothing's wrong with me because I have anxiety. That's just a part of me I have to learn to deal with. It does not define me. And so once I realized that I would not allow it to control my life, and I would not allow it to define who I was as an individual or stop me from progressing in life, I was determined to just, find my triggers and find ways to deal with it. So, of course, triggers would be, for me, anything that related or had the same similarities as past events. I would say, example, childhood events. It will cause me to go into this stage of overthinking and feeling like I needed to watch my every move or watch everything around me, watch my surroundings very carefully. Like, overthinking was one of the things that caused me to go into deep depression at times, or just even caused me to become like so anxious I couldn't sleep. And like, I had to just like find ways to where I could stop overthinking from taking me into that place. Like, it's hard to control it, but it's just like once you find out what works for you, at that point you've gained control over your life again. Like, anxiety no longer, takes over you. And it was like, so for me, I would like find little sticky notes, keep them close by, and I would write motivational speeches to myself. Like, I would seriously just write whatever encouraging words came to my mind. Anything that came to mind that was positive, I wrote on a sticky note, and I would stick it on my wall. Like, I would like put a clip up where I literally had a wall of sticky notes last semester, because that's what I did to keep myself uplifted. That's what I did to take me out of that negative or darkened place that I was in. Another thing I would do was pray, and I would do quiet time with God, because at that point, like, when you have such a great relationship with Him, when you say you putting things in His hand or you're handing things over to Him and you mean it, you feel like such a sense of peace. And so it was like, okay, if I could, just tell myself, give this to God, then, that allowed me to get some of that stress that I was allowing to hold me down, just come up off of me and make me feel better. Another thing I would do is, just turn on some music, listen to music, dance. Like, those are my two main things I love anyway. So it was like, okay, that's another one of my happy places. I could, just like, wherever I am at that moment, if I know I'm about to be dragged into that place I don't want to be, I would find a sheet of paper and a pencil and write down what I'm feeling like at that exact moment. And I feel like when you're able to see what the problem is and how you're feeling, you're able to, take the proper steps to change it around or fix it. And so it was like releasing that energy from your body, releasing those thoughts or all those emotions off of you is the concept I came up when it came to, hey, write things down. And like, at that given moment, don't wait, write it down then and there, or even just say it out loud if you have to. Just release it from your body. Another thing I would do is I would write like a note to my great aunt who passed away when I was younger. Me and her had a great relationship, and she was like my #1 fan. And it was like, for me, writing her a letter, it was like we were almost having a conversation. Like, I feel like she was the one person that understood me no matter what. She understood everything about me. And it's just like, yes, she may not be here with me physically, but that doesn't stop me from still talking to her, still having conversations with her. And she was my happy place. Like, I could say she was my safe haven. And I feel like when you're trying to, you know, deal with your anxiety or that depression, you have to go back and find what made you happy from the beginning. Like, what are things that make you happy? What are things, you know, that give you that sense of joy? And for me, all the things I listed put me back in that positive mindset that I wanted to be in, because anxiety can take you, like, wow, like, into a place no one would want to be. Like, literally sitting up crying for no reason, or just not even wanting to get out of bed some days. Like, that's not okay. Especially, like, when, you know, you're living this life where time doesn't stop. So it's like, if time doesn't stop, why allow, you know, this disorder to basically put a hold on your life? And it's like, once you put in your head that you are not going to allow it to control you, like, you'll be able to control it so much better. But it always starts, like, within yourself. Like, you have to, I would say, figure out who you are in order to, you know what makes you happy, know what triggers it, so that you not even put yourself in the position to be triggered, or you can actually go to that place of happiness. It's all about balance. And I realized, you know, I still have bad days till this day. Like, I haven't just overcome my anxiety, and I await the day that I do. But as of right now, I'm still learning and figuring out ways to control it, or not necessarily control it, but to deal with it, is what I would say. I still have days I don't want to get out of bed. I still have days where I cry for no reason. But it's like, nothing's just gonna, you know, disappear, or nothing's gonna happen overnight. So it's like, as long as I'm practicing, you know, those methods that work for me, then eventually I will begin to have, you know, more happy days than I do sad days. Because anxiety is really just, it's like a mind thing. It overtakes your mind is what it does. And if you can just, like, put those positive things in your mind, the good is always going to outweigh the bad. And it's just like, once I told myself that, and I knew that I could, like, overcome anything, I was not about to allow anxiety to overtake my life. Anxiety can be a setback, but only if you allow it to. Like, I could have chose not to get out of bed today. I could miss class and let my grades, you know, suffer. And now I'm having to rethink my career, or even be held back longer than I'm already being held back. Like, pick and choose what days, or pick and choose when if you're going to allow anxiety to become who you are and define you and stop you. Or if you're going to be like, okay, oh, this is just another, you know, thing that's a part of my life, but it doesn't define who I am. It's not going to stop me from becoming this great person that I know I'm destined to be. Like, the same way anxiety is in your mind and tries to overtake your mind, you have to take control right back and do the things that's going to help you continue to prosper in life, and know that anxiety did not win today. Like, that's the thing I like to say to myself when I wake up and I'm in that bad mood. I'm going to pray. I'm going to do my quiet time. And I'm going to do whatever else I need to do. And by the end of that day, if I've had a productive day and it was good, I tell myself, anxiety did not win today. And if there's something you have to do when you wake up in the morning and you in that bad mood, tell yourself, anxiety, you are not going to win today. So these are ways that I deal with my anxiety. If you were like, I didn't want this video to be too long, so sorry if I was talking too fast, or anything of that nature. But if you would like a more detailed video of, you know, how I came about figuring it, what were the symptoms I had prior to going to the doctor, things of that nature, I'm more than welcome to share them. Just comment below, of course, and let me know. And thank you for watching. Turn me on when she talk. Turn me on.